Must interrupt you. One of Arsenal's heroes, David Raya, is waiting to talk to us live at the Emirates. David, well played. We'll come to your magnificent role in a moment, but from the team's point of view, how significant a win does that feel?
No, it's a massive win. Every win in this league is massive, so credit to the boys, the way we played. It's just incredible because we know how tough Chelsea are, so very, very happy with the 3 points.
And you must be delighted with your performance because you made some critical saves there today at some very important moments, David.
Yeah, personally I feel really, really good, especially coming off after the Wolves game, and it's just trying to bounce back to my normal self, so keep doing the same thing. So yeah, really, really happy.
And we're just seeing a couple of them at the moment. That one from Garnacho in the 92nd minute. Yeah,
that was very, very tough, especially two players going through the ball. So it was hard to see, but I managed to claw it away.
David, Ian Wright here. Congratulations, David. By any means necessary, I've been saying, but I've got to say, is there a worry in the second half of games that we seem to be, teams seem to be able to get at us too readily? For you to be making that many saves at that stage of the game when they're 10 men, is there a worry? Is there a worry? Is everybody worried there?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Going down to 10 men for them, it doesn't mean it's going to be easier for us, because they're a really, really good team and they know what they're doing. We just need to be a little bit more composed with the ball and make a few more passes, not trying to score in every single attack, just make some passes, make them chase the ball. But after that, it's just the way we manage the game. So if they create the chances, I'm just trying to help as much as possible. And the defence were incredible today as well.
They were incredible at the other end as well, because what I mentioned for everyone, 16 goals from corners now this season as well. That's equalled the Premier League record already.
Yeah, it's just something that on a game like this, which is very, very, very tight, you can open up, and they score from a set piece too. So set pieces nowadays, they're really, really important, attacking and defensive. So we try to get ahead of it a little bit, but that doesn't mean we just play for them. We just have to finish our chances, because especially first half we played really, really, really well, but the score didn't show up like that.
Well, very well done today. That's a big win. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much.
Well done, David.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What a performance he had there today. And next, Righty, they play together on Wednesday, City and Arsenal, kicking off at the same time, which is going to be interesting.
But again, like Arsenal know exactly what they got to do, and City know what they've got to do. It's a title race. It's on. You know, obviously, Arsenal would have liked it to have been a little bit more gaps in between with the points, but like it's on, and Arsenal know what they've got to do. City know what they've got to do, and it's exciting. Both ends of the table, if I'm being totally honest.
OK, so today, Glenn.
Oh, very much so. I mean, as I said earlier, as we just went off for the advert, City go and do what they did yesterday against Leeds, so the pressure's on them. And in the end, they weren't at their very best, Arsenal, by any means, but they've got a very stiff opponent and they've overcome them. And I said by hook or by crook, and it's taken 2 set plays, and we know they're excellent at set plays. It's part of the game. And they can lean on that at times, and they've proved that today. So psychologically, that is a massive boost for them. It really is, going into the next game, because it's coming quick and fast for Arsenal. They've got game after game, and they've got the squad to deal with it. But psychologically for the league, that is right. OK, City, we've now put that gap against you again. Can you respond next week? And that's what it's going to be like till the end of the season, you feel.
You know what would have been interesting if the interviewer there just asked them anything about how they're feeling coming into it. You know, especially after coming off of Tottenham last week, how they felt, you know, being 1-0 up and scoring so close to half-time. What was it like in the dressing room? And when what did the manager say? And then once you've done it in the end, how you feeling? Because at the moment, like I mentioned before, Arsenal, you know, we're seeing in the second half again, they are get-atable. You can get at them, and Chelsea had 10 men there. You know, so it would be nice to find out what's happening to Arsenal in the second half. You know, from 2 players who do so well for Arsenal. But again, you know, it comes down like the gaffer said there. You know, you get the job done, but like I'm happy that the job's done. But I'm still like, I'm going to be nervous for the next game because I'm seeing that again in the second half.
I think earlier in the season there was games like that where they were difficult to get through. Arsenal, you couldn't create much against. There was morsels. If you're going to get half a chance, you got half a chance. You had to take it. It's not like that at the moment, you know, from Brentford to Wolves and whatever. And today, certainly as well, Chelsea did enough to have, I think, they went toe-to-toe at times and created...
They had more opportunities in the second.
Well, look at the goalkeeper. Look how the goalkeeper played.
Yeah.
Right, Raya for Arsenal was excellent. And he had to make some wonderful saves. And there was good opportunities as well. If they used the ball better, Chelsea, they might have been in. So that was, earlier in the season, it was, wow, this is a brick wall. Not only are they good going forward, they're scoring goals from set plays, but my word, defensively, they've got the balance right. And it wasn't like that, and it hasn't been like that. And I think Ian's right, it's a bit nerve-wracking for you, mate.
It very much is.
But it was the tale of the corners, ultimately.
Yeah.
Let's go through them, because Saliba was talking about his day. He hadn't scored for 16 months, but he reacted quickly after, again, we keep talking about delivery, but it is all about the
great.
delivery.
And, yeah, but there's so much great to do with this. Like, obviously, the delivery, but look at Gabriel. His determination and drive, you know what I mean, to get to that ball, which is put perfectly for him right at the back post. They've obviously practiced that. You know, Saliba's just got to react there, but the ball's magnificent. The determination and the drive to get there is unbelievable, and he can't be stopped.
No, for me as well, there's a point here I want to make. Arsenal score these from these corners now. Very rarely do you see somebody get up like Gabriel and it's the first contact and it hits the back of the net. It's keeping it in play.
Yes.
The amount of bodies they put in the box.
Yeah.
Now, when Chelsea played them last, was it in the League Cup or it might have been the league game, they left 3 up.
Yeah.
They didn't do it today.
No.
They didn't do it today. So you take 3 up, you leave, they have to take 4. So suddenly you're dictating a little bit to Arsenal.
Yeah.
There's more space in there for them, but it's also more space for the referee to see fouls and then less bodies for that second ball.
Yeah.
When you make that first contact and knock it back or the flick on, you're in trouble. And that's how they get their goals from the set plays, from the corners. So it was really surprising. I was waiting and looking to see Chelsea. Are you going to leave the 3 up again or even 2 up? They didn't do it. And maybe looking back, teams, if you're playing against Arsenal, you've got to take that little bit of risk. And if you do actually get possession, you can then hit them on the counter.
Yeah.
So you've got to come up, and anything in football is like that. Is somebody's making an advantage of something, you've then got to find out an Achilles heel to counteract that.
Yeah.
And that's what management and football's about, as players and everything. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea were able to have their own quality delivery again. Reece James, just as he did in the game earlier in the season. Prior to that, they'd had one which we thought might have been a penalty that Raya saved. But this forced the own goal, Glenn.
Yeah, it's all about the quality as well. The quality of the ball. You know, we talked about Rice facing the wrong way, having a wrestle at the front. If he turns around, he could probably head it away. But Nkapia gets there, he's spare, he's not picking anyone up, and his job is to go and attack it. He knows he can head it, but he can't get it away. He's going to have to flick it and hope that it goes out the back. It's such a good ball in, and they looked threatening. This wasn't just by chance. They'd had 4 or 5 of these corners, and every single corner there was a danger, wasn't there, Ian?
You just felt it. You just felt, because again, when you've got somebody who can put the ball in that precisely, Steve, it's frightening. So anytime Chelsea were getting a corner, you know what I mean, you're nervous, you're worried for Arsenal. And again, it doesn't mean it has to be your player that scores it, like we saw with us there. Nkapia scored for him. So, yeah, it's all about the delivery. It really, really is.
And you've only conceded 4 from corners all season, as we mentioned. 2 of them have come against Chelsea because we saw what happened at Stamford Bridge in the early game and how similar it was.
Yeah, but again, Steve, it comes down to, and it seems like I'm repeating myself a bit, but if you get that first ball right, which everyone says, miss that first man, maybe if Declan was turned round, he might have been able to have a better attempt at clearing it. But if you can avoid that first man, it can go in off of anyone because the ball's so good and the trajectory that was coming in, even if it misses Nkapia, it's on its way into the goal. So someone's going to have to touch it or save it. But again, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It's a set play from a corner, okay? And when you have a set play in and around the D, what happens? You put a wall up to try and put the player off. Even if it's Arsenal or Chelsea against or anyone against Arsenal, you've seen it happen. You go and put somebody 10 yards away out there, jumping up and down, trying to put off Rice or James. their quality. Oh, hang on, they've got a free space there. They can do anything they want.
yeah.
Put somebody in there jumping up and down, putting them up. It's a mental thing. Just try and put them... anything that's going to put them out of sync to get that delivery spot on.
So they have to think about how the delivery then.
Exactly, they're thinking, hang on,
that's
this
where
is
the
a bit
pressure comes
different.
from.
Yeah. And maybe you've left free up as well. Well, you're asking questions there. They might still go and score, but at least you're trying something to... Because at the moment, it's now gone to how many goals they've scored now?
15.
17, isn't it?
17.
Arsenal?
17, sorry.
From corners, yeah.
They've now...
Sorry, 16.
16, it's 16.
So people are they're scoring off it anyway. Try something different, and from Arsenal's point of view, they sort of had they've got a feeling of what the opponents feel.
Let's have a look at the 16th goal they've scored from a corner.
Going around the stadium, how hard earned was that?
Yeah, today it was not an easy game against a top team. Like we shouldn't not concede the goal before the half line, but we did well the second half to score in set pieces with a beautiful goal of JT. And now we have to keep going, and we are so happy to win today in front of our fans.
I feel like I've not heard this song for a little while. It's a catchy one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, especially after a good win like this. So yeah.
Jurien, it's the important thing. You get over the line in games like that, however you do it.
I think that's the most important thing, but at the same time, I think we deserve to win this game. First off, we don't give much away, and we go to the dressing room with 1-1, which is a bit of a shame, but I think we finish it off second half, which is top.
What is the game like that like when set pieces become so central to it? I know they're always important, but today, every corner you had, and to be honest, every corner they had looked such a threat.
Yeah, it's both sides. It's just, it became an important part of the game. I think it's always been, but now teams are focusing on it more, which is interesting, but I think it's in our advantage. Today we came out well, and I think overall we played a good game, and we can be proud of ourselves. We take 3 points, and then important game on Wednesday again.
William, back in the goals. I was very impressed that someone hasn't scored for a little while. He had a very slick celebration ready.
Yeah, it's been a while that I haven't scored, so yeah, today it was a bit strange that I scored because since 1 year I didn't score. So yeah, I'm so happy, and yeah, I hope I will keep going like this.
Jurien, just tell us nicely, how are you enjoying the battle? Just 9 to go now. I think 5 left here at home, or is there too much on it to enjoy it?
We have to enjoy it, you know. It's a privilege to be standing here with my teammates, with Arsenal, fighting for these titles. I think you have to enjoy it. It's a beautiful place, and until now we've been doing it. And well, you said 9 games to go, game by game, a lot of games to play, but we're enjoying it, and hopefully at the end something beautiful.
Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they got the job done, as they both said there. It doesn't matter how. And the title race, that's another psychological step in the right direction for Arsenal.
Likes of Arsenal taking on Chelsea, they attract the big names as well, and it's the sort of place where you never know who's walking past the studio. Yaya Toure is in the house. Yaya, welcome. Very pleased to see you. Daniel, how much is this pair
This
worth,
is,
do you think, in the transfer market
we're
now?
talking at least 300 to 500 million right here. Come on, man, these two.
How does it divvy up?
These two are legends. Come on.
Yaya, what did you think of that today?
I think the first half was okay. It was quite okay, good games, but I feel a bit disappointed in the end, you know, because we want to see flourish games, right? Fluid games, passing, attacking, scoring chances. But at the end of the day, we see 3 goals by set pieces for a derby. A bit strange. Yeah.
But does it matter if you're Arsenal and you're just trying to win your first title for 22 years?
Yeah, I think so, to be honest. I don't know, but yeah, I think so. Because winning today was obviously really, really important for Arsenal. But as a fan, I should, you know, I want to see more, you know.
What do you think, Patrick?
I think on the Arsenal point of view, what really matters is the 3 points. It is really important for them. And of course, when you look at the game a little bit more deeper, scoring 2 goals on the set pieces, and it wasn't really open games. You expected Arsenal to go a little bit more forward. Obviously, Chelsea has a massive and a big part of the game because they were quite well organized defensively. So it was quite difficult for Arsenal to create chances. But of course, when you are top of the Champions League table, you are top of the league table, you are in a final in a cup, and you're still in a FA Cup competition. So the expectation is higher, and you expect more from this Arsenal Football Club. And today, yes, on the side of the game, creating, going forward, taking risk, we were, and I am a little bit disappointed, but the matters is, for them, is to win, taking the 3 points, and I think they did it well today. And
disappointed with which bit? With the style of football particularly, or that risk
it's not
bit?
It's not about the style, because I think the style can be as well the fact that they didn't win the title for so long, so there is maybe a little bit of frustration and stress, because you want to do so well that you are not taking the risk that you are taking in the start of the season. So looking at where they are, and a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure can have an impact on their games. But I believe that there is enough experience, there is enough quality, there is enough personality for them to go on the field and to go to win the game. And I think today, set pieces make the difference.
They certainly seem to put their fans through it, Daniel, don't they? They don't do things easily.
Yeah, but I think the key is stopping them. You know, we could talk about the roller coaster in terms of performances and how they go about winning games. I think the entertainment value sometimes isn't there, but football's a game about winning, right? That's what you want to do. Yeah. So I think it's about how do you stop them being great at what they're great at. Clearly, set pieces is an area that they've worked on tirelessly. You got to have the players to be pinpoint deliverers of crosses. Then you need the aggressive players in the box. They've got all the tools for the players who want to have the first contact. All of them are aggressive in the box. And then when you talk about an open play, of course, they've got many ways to win games, but it seems as if set pieces is the one that works the best for them right now.
Yeah.
So use that. Use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I think they did well. Since the beginning of the season, they've always been doing well. I don't want to be too much rush, right? And I think Arsenal now, they just at it, right? This season, I think I hope they're gonna end up good, but as Man City fans, you know, I think we are there, we're still behind them again. I hope they will show at some point, but let's see.
Because it's in Arsenal's hands, but it's also in Manchester City's hands, because the fact that they play each other and they have this game advantage. We can actually show you the fixtures that both have left. How do you see this then, Yaya, in these closing stages?
Yeah, I think it's incredible how those two title of the leagues doing this year is incredible, especially Man City being struggled at some point in the beginning of the season, and now they're coming back very strongly.
And they've won 4 on the bounce. Then it's Forest midweek. Then West Ham United before the Carabao Cup final. Do you think that could be a significant game? The fact they are playing each other in that final.
Yeah, I think it can be a turning point, right? Because for me, I'm opinion if Man City win that game, it will be big. Can be something, psychologically for Arsenal very strong, right? But I hope Man City is going to win the game, because that one is going to be significantly for the rest of the season.
Can I ask you both? When you talk about your experiences that you've had, you've both been very successful, legends of the game, like I talked about earlier on. From your experiences, Patrick, for you in 2004, your experience of maybe not winning the league for a few years and then going over the line from that psychological perspective, and for you, Yaya, similar, but in the sense of when Manchester City were always coming back to win the titles, what was that like psychologically?
Well, I think, of course, sometimes depends on the character of the player. For example, the first time when we win the league with Man City 2012, or before that, when we win the FA Cup, I think psychologically sometimes it's difficult when you have an opponent behind you who will pressure you a lot. For example, when you take an example now with Arsenal and Man City just fighting all the way, and the second one is, it's not that easy. And when you see as well your opponent like a Man City, you can leave them space, because if you, for example, make a mistake or you lose or you draw, they're going to come right at you. And you have to be strong mentally, of course, but have that sense of, like Patrick was saying, for them it's important to win those kind of games, because you have to understand that Chelsea, that was always a big role of Arsenal and the London derby. And I think Arsenal have to keep it going doing that, because Otherwise, it's gonna cost them something because Man City, for me, you know, they're really gonna be Man City, right? They're always gonna try to finish strongly in the end. But let's see, let's see. I hope Man City will win, but
but you're not sure. Do you remember, Patrick, the first one being different? You know, in terms of that pressure and that psychological aspect that Daniel's referring to, that challenge of getting over the line for the first time.
And of course, there's a pressure. The pressure as a team, you want to do well, but there's a outside noise as well that you have to manage, you have to control. And I think when you're looking at Pep talking about Arsenal and saying that Arsenal is the best team at the moment, that is as well putting a pressure on the shoulder of Arsenal Football Club. And that is part of the game as well. But it will be really important, and especially when you get to the end of the season like that, there's a key games that you have to win. And it doesn't matter if you play well or bad. And I think today's games was one of them. But the key moment, I think, will be the game between Manchester City and Arsenal. I think that will be the decided game, because when you're looking at after that game, you expect both teams to win all the games of the season. So for me, the key moment and the important moment will be that game.
Who's playing the best football, Yaya, of the two?
Man City's coming back well. Arsenal's were doing well. After that, the struggle, I think they drew against. I watched some games, especially on Emirates as well.
Drew a couple recently.
Yeah,
Brentford,
Wolves. Yes, Wolves as well. That one cost them a bit and give them a bit of doubt, to be honest. Because when I see the players, you know, express themselves, and as well, you have to understand that Odegaard, the captain, is brilliant, right?
I don't know when he's going to be back.
Yeah, I think for me, he's a huge miss because between the line is moving very well. He can, you know what I mean?
You can see he's a Barcelona.
No, because I love that type of game, that type of approach. You know, when you play games, we need to be, you know, because I feel like the player sometimes I be locked in the brain, right? Just I don't want to make mistakes. I don't, maybe if I lose the ball, can cost the team something, you know. I want the player to be more open. Of course, it's the game, you know. We enjoy the fans, part of it.
And the manager will tell you the best game is to get the result. You know? So it's always a balance, I believe, to find between result and the performance. But if you compared Arsenal and Manchester City,